Wins, of course, Dave Niehaus, Mike Blowers, an unbelievable pitching. Let's hope it continues tonight, gentlemen.
Yeah, we are certainly enjoying the vibration from the last week, to tell you the truth, Brad, and we hope that it continues because the pitching has not only been on the spectacular side, it's been on the unbelievable side. As, Mike, you look at the last 5 games, there they are. It's just out of sight.
Well, just the big number on there, obviously, is the 2 runs. That's it. The pitching's just given up 2 runs. And it hasn't just been the starters. All they have been outstanding. The bullpen has really done their job, too. And when you think about the offenses, the Reds leading the National League in offense coming in. Mariners pitching shut them down. The Cubs have had their issues, but they also pitched well. And then the job Vargas did against St. Louis on the last game before we came home. To start this has been really nice.
It has certainly been a week that the Mariners will never forget ever since they left St. Louis. It's been, well, numerically just like that.
Well, it has been, and you look at the numbers, and all the way back to 1903, 1884 Grays giving up just the 1 run. They are really on something. And then you think about the opportunity to really increase it, maybe improve on it. Cliff Lee on the mound tonight.
Cliff Lee, need we say more? It should be a nice surgical procedure here tonight, the way he has handled things. Cliff Lee has been, well, he's been the ace of the staff.
He has been, and you had a lot of expectations for Cliff when the Mariners were able to acquire him over the winter, and I think he's exceeded all those expectations. He's really done a nice job. I think he's helped the rest of the guys, especially somebody like Vargas and now Roland Smith, about the way they go around their business, and being left-handed certainly helps, but I can't imagine anybody being much better than what Cliff Lee has been.
The Mariners haven't scored that many runs, then they haven't needed that many runs, and tonight they're going to against a right-hander by the name of Randy Wells, and if they want to get some runs, they might get him early because he's had his first inning problem.
He has. A third of the runs that he has given up this year has come in the first inning, so clearly he's been uncomfortable coming out of the bullpen to the mound. This is a foreign ballpark for him, so hopefully the Mariners can get some guys on early and put some pressure on them.
The Mariners got runs last night, only 2 from 1 swing of the bat. This from Mr. Franklin Gutierrez, and they made it hold up as they knocked off the Chicago Cubs by a score of 2-0, and tonight they try and stretch their winning streak out to 6 on a beautiful night for baseball. Back with more right after this.
entertainment capital of the Northwest. The Tracer system uses 3 cameras to track every pitch. Graphical enhancements have been added to the EQC Tracer this season to give you more information and insight into the game.
Some days in the Pacific Northwest, well, it's hard to describe. Fortunately, we have one of those days here in Seattle tonight as the M's get ready to take on the Chicago Cubs in the second game of the 3-game series. As the Cubs step to the plate, let's look at their lineup.
Thank you, Dave. They had 4 Lou Piniella in the Cubs tonight. Leading things off, it'll be Marlon Byrd, and it's Baker, Lee, Nady, Soto, Soriano. The young rookie Colvin will hit 7th. Castro and Terrio, the second baseman, hits 9th. Take a look at the numbers for Cliff Lee. Outstanding, 77 and 2/3 inning, 4 walks, 67 strikeouts. He's only given up 2 home runs.
So we get set to go as soon as Marlon Byrd, I think, had something in his eye. It's that out of his eye. What a night we have here in Seattle. First pitch strike. What else is new? "73 degrees here at the first pitch this evening. Wind out of the southwest at 2 miles an hour. And that's going to be out of play. At least one of those guys like Jamie Moyer on a ball club where every other member of the pitching staff and looks up to him almost as a mentor, almost as an extra coach, because he has so much to offer. And Moyer had that same effect on your ball club, Mike, when you played.
Yeah, and Jamie, was happy to share things with the guys, and I think as this base hit falls on the right field, jams him a little bit, and Byrd will start the game off with a hit. Take a little defense behind Lee. Or Home Depot doing more on defense. It'll be Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. Across the infield, Lopez, Josh Wilson at shortstop, Figgins, Casey Kochman getting the start over at first, and Rob Johnson will do the catching. I think the main thing with Cliff Lee, Dave, is I think you just watch him go about his business every day, and you can really learn a lot. Throw strike 1, stay after the hitters.
Jeff Baker swinging at the first pitch. And won the count. What a night to be at the ballpark. Last night, almost 28,000. Looks like we're going to have about that this evening here as the M's try and extend their winning streak to half a dozen. There's a ground ball toward the hole. Figgins on the outfield grass can't make the play.
Looks like Figgins gets over there in pretty good shape. Ball comes up on him a little bit, hits him on the heel. I think if he comes up with it cleanly, he throws Baker out by a pretty good margin.
So 2-1. And here's the power man, Derek Lee. Cliff Lee having to really bear down here in the first inning. Derek taking a strike at the knee. He's on 1. He's thrown a first pitch strike to all 3 hitters. Change up, man. That's dandy. His strikeout to base on balls average is, 17 to 1. Not that far low, but just low enough. Veteran Mike Riley is the man calling balls and strikes. Lee, 31 years of age. He'll be 32 in another month or so. Didn't want to do it. Check swing to second base. Figgy goes to second. That's all they'll get. So they keep the double play alive. We mentioned that strikeout to walk ratio, almost 17-1. Best all-time ratios for a year. You can see them. Rhett Saberhagen, Kurt Schilling. Martinez and Maddox. That's Pedro Martinez, not Dennis. Another first pitch strike. Texas Rangers continue to win.
And 9 in a row coming into today, and they're way up on Pittsburgh tonight. It's already 13-2 in the 5th inning.
If they win that game, and I don't think there's any doubt that they will, they'll be 17-4 in June. Just off the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. Towards the shortstop. Can they turn it? There's one, and there's 2. They do turn it nicely. 6-4-3. And Cliff Lee comes away unscathed. No runs, 2 hits. A man left. Delighted you're with us on this great evening in the Northwest. The Mariners.
Thank you, Angie. Leading things off, who else but Ichiro? Then it's Figgins, Bradley, Lopez, Gutierrez, Josh Wilson, Casey Kochman getting the start at first, and he will hit 7th. Rob Johnson, and then Michael Saunders will hit 9th. Take a look at the numbers for Randy Wells this year. ERA just under 5, 20 walks, 62 strikeouts for him, and 7 home runs. The defense line is Soriano, Bird, and Colvin in the outfield. Across the infield will be Baker, Castro, Terrio. Xavier Nady plays first. Soto will do the catching.
Randy Wells from Bellevue, Illinois, which is right across the river from St. Louis, Missouri. And Ichiro fouls the first pitch out of play. 0-1 the count. Wells has got it. No problem there. Well, the Mariners scoring 1 and 2 runs a game has He's gotten it done in the last 4 or 5 ball games, but it's not going to continue to get it done. I mean, after Milwaukee, they're going to go into a different game. They're going to go back to playing American League ball clubs, and they'll begin playing American League ball clubs with the best. They've got a series against the Yankees in New York, and then the Detroit Tigers. They're just going to have to find a way to manufacture some runs and put some crooked numbers up on the board.
I don't think there's any question that offensively they'll have to get things going. Hopefully this stretch that they're in right now, because they have struggled offensively again, and the pitching has really held them up. But as you mentioned, especially going out on the road in New York, and then they're going to Detroit too, and Detroit can swing it.
That man right there, what a job he did. The sunglasses, Jason Vargas.
Again, he has really had a nice season so far, and nice first half for him. There you go. That is 60 strikeouts, 23 walks for him, 12 quality starts. He has really helped the club out a lot as far as the bullpen goes.
That's popped up. No problem for Ryan Terrio. Hello, Matt. How are you? Matt Sinatra, Chicago Cub coaches. Back here, he's got his son Matt with him here tonight. I'm sure the rest of the family, if they're not playing baseball, is here also. One of the real good guys in the game. Makes his home out in Sammamish, Issaquah, and you can hear the greeting from Milton Bradley. Third, but a nice bit of brains being shown by Jeff Baker over there to grab it and throw him out. And the Mariners go in order here in the first. The second will score. Cub catcher Giovanni Soto will start it off in the second inning. He'll be followed by Alfonso Soriano and then Tyler Colvin. We were told that today the Cubs were going to activate Aramis Ramirez, their regular third baseman, but they decided not to. They'll wait until they get home, we are told now. Got a bad thumb. Ramirez has been a huge disappointment, hitting less than 200. And Soto, that fly ball down the corner, down the right field line, and Ichiro runs it down out there. That's an outstanding running catch by Ichiro. Disappeared from our view. Man, what a play by Ichiro. He had a long way to go. Look at our Coors Light freeze frame cam now. Watch Ichiro run this baby down. He's at full bore. And at the last moment, right there in the webbing of his glove, that's an outstanding catch.
It's a tough play. That ball slicing away from him from the right-handed hitter, Soto.
Soriano taking his strikes. No breeze to speak of on an idyllic evening here in the Northwest. Look at that yak. Man alive. What a curveball.
It just took him 3 pitches to get this strikeout. Went right after Soriano and puts him away with a big curveball. Swings over the top of it.
And here's the youngster, the kid from Clemson, Tyler Colvin. The Cubs are real high on this young man. And that's the first pitch ball of the night for Cliff Lee. One. And a fly ball into the gap in right center field and deep. And that baby is going to fly away. So Tyler Colvin, his 9th home run into the bleachers out there in right center field. And the Cubs have taken an early 1-0 lead. Only the 3rd home run given up this year by Cliff Lee.
Only 118 at bats for Colvin, and as Dave mentioned, his 9th home run. He hits this one a long ways. Early in the game, the ball will carry well. It was a nice warm day here in Seattle, so he took advantage of that.
There's another one of the youngsters for the Cubs, 20-year-old Starlin Castro, the shortstop. So down he goes, a long ball off the bat of Tyler Colvin, and the Cubs have the first run of the ball game on the board. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's going to be Lopez, Gutierrez, and Wilson. 1-0 Chicago. Jose Lopez steps in to lead it off now. It's Randy Wells and takes a pitch up and in, ball one. One ball and no strikes to count. Took a little bit off that time, and that ball is stroked fairly well to fairly deep right center field. Caught up with by Marlon Byrd. And that'll bring up Franklin Gutierrez, and Gutierrez from last night, the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. This was a difference in the ball game, a 2-run home run in the second inning. And that was it, 421 feet away, and that was enough. The Mariners behind Jason Vargas in the bullpen to ride to a 2-0 win, their 5th in a row. There's Ryan Dempster, kid from Gibson's, British Columbia, met his father, Walt, before the ball game. He's got 250 people here for each game from that little town. That you have to take a ferry to get there. It's about 6,000 people in British Columbia. It's a farming and sawmill community. Gibson's, British Columbia. And that's a towering pop-up. Two down. The Mariners and the Cubs are going to end it tomorrow. This 3-game interleague series, a special 12:40 start time. So get to Safeco early because the first 20,000 fans are going to take home the Mariners rally towel. Thanks to Amway. Plus Felix, yep, he's scheduled to pitch tomorrow for the Mariners. For tickets, visit mariners.com. And there he is. Strike at the knees to Josh Wilson. Ted Lilly, the left-hander, will get the call for the Cubs. Well, that's to have been Carlos Silva. Good sinker. One of the brilliant Mariner prospects is making his AAA debut tonight for Tacoma. Michael Pineda, the big 6'8" kid that throws 100 miles an hour. I'm anxious to get the first report on him at AAA because this kid is going to be a great one. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't see him before the year's out. Man, what a shot that is. The line drive right back to the Bucks.
I think he'll be here. It's just a matter of when. And you saw him more than I did down in spring training, and I know you liked him a lot. And then I had an opportunity to see him after you told me about him, and I was not disappointed at all. He has a great pitcher's body, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
Casey Kochman, the new holder of the defensive record in Major League Baseball, 240 games without an error. Steps up to the plate. Outside. Changeup.
So far, looking at Wells, he's not overpowering. He has a good fastball. It's 92, 93 miles an hour. That was a nice changeup. Has a pretty good breaking ball.
Too high.
And as we mentioned, he's given up some runs in the first inning this year, so getting him early is probably important. His last outing, he threw 129 pitches. You don't see that very often anymore.
Speaking of that, how about that tennis match in London?
I heard about that.
10 hours suspended. Fifth set is all tied at 55 games apiece. Well, 59, I am corrected. 59 apiece. 59 games apiece. And it's going to take 3 days to finish it. This is what, second round, right? Yeah. Unbelievable. And the runner goes, swung on and fouled at the plate. 2-2.
Casey was really late on that fastball, fouled it into the dugout of the Cubs. After seeing a couple of changeups from Wells, he was late on the fastball.
Congratulations to the Americans beating Algeria 1-0 in the 91st minute of the World Cup. Advanced to the final 16. And they get it. They pick off Josh Wilson. So here in the second, nothing doing. With the pickoff, it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning. And we have a 1-0 game Cubs going to the third. Nothing. Cub lead on a home run by Tyler Coleman. And Ryan Terrio, the second baseman, starts it off. Strike one to it.
He is just a machine. 28 pitches, 24 of them for strikes, just 4 balls.
Another one, another strike. That's dead center field and an easy play out there for Gutierrez. So one down. All right, our AT&T trivia question, Mike. How many times did Billy Martin and Lou Piniella replace each other as Yankees manager? Never? Once? Twice? 3 times. There's where you can text your guess, 95323. I think it was more than once. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's more than once. I know it was twice. I know it was 3 times. And I was swing and a miss on 1 to count.
I think it was 3 times.
I think you might be right. What a zoo that was back in those days. In the 80s. And a towering pop-up. Get into straightaway right field. No problem for Ichiro. Billy Martin was, without a doubt, Lou Piniella's mentor. And Lou Piniella, I think, got a little of his pepper from Billy Martin, to put it the best way. Put it the only way we can put it on television.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. On 1 to count. Alfred Manuel Martin, what a beauty he was. Bob Short, the Texas Rangers old owner, said, "I fired my mother for the chance to hire Billy Martin."
Like the other one.
Jim Murray, one of my dear friends, late friends, who wrote for the LA Times, had a great quote about Billy Martin. Pitches outside 1 and 2. He said, "Some people have a chip on their shoulder. Billy has a whole lumber yard." One of the brilliant writers in the business. I was with Jim Murray the day that Robert Kennedy was assassinated playing golf in Lake Tahoe, and I'll never forget how dejected he became when we got that message, when it's an absolute depression mode, and had to jump on a plane and get back to Los Angeles. Just a brilliant and a great golf writer too. Foul straight back on the fastball. Slowly hit and foul.
Well, Baker's making him throw some pitches. He's not doing much with them, other than making Cliff work a little bit harder.
And foul back. We get the word that Michael Pineda has pitched 2 perfect innings in Salt Lake City for Tacoma with a strikeout. And he is touching the mid-90s with his fastball.
Starting to get loose.
That's right. And a breaking ball. Did he go? No, I guess not. 3-2. And a towering pop-up to Ichiro, and the 10-pitch at bat will come to an end with a fly ball out to right field. Here in the third, 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Cubs. When Josh Wilson was picked off to end the second, and he leads it off here in the third. A strike on him, 0-1. Won the count. Wish the Cubs well after tomorrow. They are just beginning a long trek like the Mariners just finished. This is a second game for them of 20 games in a row that will take them right up to the All-Star break. Down low, leadoff base on balls. All right, let's give you the fan results of our AT&T trivia question. How many times did Billy and Lou replace each other as Yankee managers? How many times did they? D, 3 is the answer. In 85, Martin fired, Piniella hired. 87, Piniella became the GM, Billy Martin hired, and then Martin was fired in 88, and Piniella became the manager. Rob Johnson is the hitter.
Missed with a couple of fastballs inside. 2-0 count.
Make him throw a strike.
Yeah.
He did. The 91-mile-an-hour fastball. The count goes to 2-1.
This is the count where a lot of managers like to put a hit and run on. Feel like the pitcher's going to throw a strike, doesn't want to go to a 3-1 count, so you're getting a decent pitch to try to put in play if you want to put it on.
Strike. 2-2.
Rob didn't like it too much, but according to the tracers, right at the bottom of the strike zone.
And that slider is outside. It's been a long time since the Mariners have scored more than 5 runs. 19 games ago. And that slider got him on the outside corner. Great pitch right there.
Well, Rob probably thinking he's going to get a 3-2 fastball, and he drops a breaking ball right on the outside corner. That is a good pitch.
Michael Saunders getting to play a lot now. I think they want to take a long look at this youngster. Strike 1 to him, 0-1.
I think why not? He's a really good athlete. He runs well. He has some power. We've seen him hit one off the Vegas sign out in right field, and 4 home runs this year, which is an improvement from what they saw last year. And I think even if you feel like he needs to learn, he's maybe not quite ready, I can't think of a better spot for him. He's hitting 9th in the lineup. Don's been very consistent with that, hitting him 9th. Take some pressure off of him and let him just go out and play. See if he can develop into a major league player. He certainly has the athleticism to do that. He can do a lot of different things.
popped him up on the infield this time. So 2 down. Well, the New York Yankees will be here for a 4-game series, July the 8th to the 11th. And remember that Thursday, July the 8th, is Ken Griffey Jr. backwards cap night for the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of ING Direct. Great seats available, but they're going fast, so reserve your seats to see the Mariners and the Yankees at mariners.com. One and 0 to Ichiro. There's his 96 hits. Well on a pace to get his 10th consecutive year of 200 or more hits. The Mariners will hit the numerical halfway point in the season in Detroit. There's a one-hopper hit, knocked down by the third baseman, but the way Ichiro can run, no way. So that'll be an error on Jeff Baker.
Well, Mariners catch a break. It's an error by Baker, but the ball lands right behind him. He doesn't see it right away. By the time he picks it up, no chance to get Ichiro. If the ball falls in front of him, he probably still has a play because it was hit so hard.
So here's Figgy, who missed last night's ball game with an upset stomach. Want to know? Fire low again. Should be a great day for a ball game tomorrow. Come on out, pay us a visit. 12:40 first pitch. Felix Hernandez against Ted Lilly. A great matchup. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And a fly ball to center field. And drifting back on the ball, easily to make the catch out there is Marlon Byrd. So the Mariners lead 2 aboard. And as we go to the 4th inning of play, Cubs leading it 1-0.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 1-0 Chicago Cubs. Lee versus Lee to start it off here. Fouled one by Derek Lee. I've got them all, sort of a crew, actually, to match the rest of the outfit. Thank you very much.
Have some air conditioning in that one, which is good. Nice
It
night
is.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, second night in a row. We got a good one. Tell you what, it's still brilliant the way Cliff Lee is working. They got to get him some help, though, right now. As Randy Wells, and you made a great point, it's in the notes, but in talking to other people, you got to get to him early because he's a guy that's been giving it up early, and he's done a good job so far. Here's a shot in a gap off the bat of Derek Lee, and that'll drop him for a base hit.
Well, he has done a nice job. He has a nice two-seam fastball. The Mariners, though, as we know at this point, are going to have to find a way to get some offense going. Mariners pitching are not going to throw another shutout as Lee has gone and gave up the one solo home run to the young right fielder for the Cubs, Colvin.
Nice young player. David Ardsman got him last night, Colvin, to end the ball game with a strikeout and a 2-2 pitch. But, yeah, he gave it a good ride against Mr. Lee. Here's Xavier Nady.
Cliff made a big pitch against Nady back in the first inning. Was in a little bit of trouble first and third with one out and got a double play ball. That Josh Wilson started out at shortstop. Nice play by Josh. Was able to get rid of the ball quickly so Figgins could turn it.
Xavier Nady coming off the last couple of years. He's had 2 Tommy John surgeries. Working against Cliff Lee and Xavier. The Yankees for a little bit more than a cup of coffee last year. Got a World Series ring. Two balls, one strike to Nady. 1 for 4 against Cliff Lee. Three balls, one strike. On deck is Giovanni Soto, catcher. Double play opportunity. Figgins, Josh Wilson over to Kotzman. There you go. Ring it up. Second double play tonight. This one a 4-6-3. Josh Wilson started the other one.
Well, take a look at it. Cliff Lee gets another double play ball off the bat of Nady. Hit firmly, so it's an easy double play once Figgins is able to come up with it.
Two DPs in the fourth inning. Strike one to Soto. 69 strikeouts, 4 walks as Cliff Lee had a 3-1 count against Nady. Got that double play. Those numbers are just phenomenal.
I feel like they have to get better just because you're not sure if he's ever going to walk a guy again.
I think it's fine with anybody who follows the Mariners.
I mean, 53 pitches, 41 strikes, just 12 balls.
It's not a video game either.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. 2 strikes to Soto. Bender misses, 2-2. Felix Hernandez, he'll start tomorrow afternoon's contest, getaway day game. Bouncing ball right back to Cliff Lee, no problem. This is the minimum here in the fourth after giving up the base hit. Double play and a little comeback. Not bad. 1-0 Cubs. 1. Cub fans got to give it a break here. Milton Bradley standing in. Local fans, though, are standing and applauding Milton Bradley. Milton signed a big contract with the Cubbies last year. Didn't work out. It's an understatement. All right, it didn't work out. All right, everybody's moved on. Silva's got 8 wins for their ball club. Milton trying to get on track here as a pitch in tight. Now, Milton is on a little bit of a down right now for his last 16.
I'll go ahead and tie the game up. How about that? That'll make him happy, won't it?
Absolutely. He's taking some big cuts tonight and last night. 1-1. He bounced out to third his first time. Right off the fist. Foul back 1-2. Milton trying to get on track. Good road trip. Last time we were out there, remember San Diego, a couple home runs down there.
Well, you would think with the time that he spent with the Cubs last year, they would have an idea to how to pitch him. And so far in the 2 games, throwing him hard inside and coming back with changeups after they bust him in.
It's the 1-2. High. Lopez and Gutierrez to follow here in the 4th. Another gorgeous day and evening here in Seattle. Back to backers. 2-2 to Milton. Up high. Full count. Wells tonight struck out 1, walked 1. And we got a reprise on that one, so let's see if he can come through. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. He knew it too. And Bradley struck out 2 times last night, once tonight now. And let's send it off to Angie. Get an update. That's exactly right, but he's going to win probably a lot more than he loses with the stuff he has as long as he stays healthy. Man, he can pitch. There's Jose Lopez. Flied out to right center his first time. The limited starts is 2-1. And what do we got? 2 weeks to the All-Star break, 2 weeks to change. Put him on the All-Star team?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it is the fans' game, and I think the fans would love to see him there. But I also think that there are players that are deserving of being there, and I'm always going to side on that end of it. I think the guys that have put in a full first half, as Lopez gets a nice base hit back up the middle, they deserve to go. They should go. I just don't think he's going to get enough starts in. And as you just said, too, I think probably over the next 10 years he may not miss another one. So, you know, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I just hate to see a guy that be his only opportunity miss it.
I am totally in
because
agreement
of the height. Yeah.
I buy that, and like you said, you can ink him in the next 5 to 8 to 10 years.
Right.
He'll be okay. Here's Goody, hero from last night, 2-run homer. 1-1 pitch, second inning off of Ryan Dempster. Dempster threw a nice ball game last night. 8 innings, 5 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. I was on a radio pregame show with Rick Riz. Said, hey, you know what? You're going to win, you're going to lose, but it was fun being a part of that game last night. Good attitude. A lot of his family members down here from Gibson's, British Columbia.
He continues to throw like that, he's going to win a lot more of those games than he's going to lose. He made the one mistake to Gutierrez, and after that, didn't give up anything.
2-run homer to Gutierrez. Limited the Mariners 3 hits for the rest of the way. Gutierrez, that home run last night, his 6th. As you know, the Mariners not a prodigious home run team by any stretch of the imagination. 6 home runs. Ties him with Bradley and Mike Sweeney, the team lead. 1-1. Favorable count for Goody. Randy Wells out of Belleville, Illinois, born and raised there, still lives there.
We've seen Wells a couple of times when he has fallen behind in the count be able to get back into it with a good breaking ball. He's not just giving in to hitters.
We also saw him with 2 outs pick off Josh Wilson to end the second inning. Picked him off at first after Josh got a base hit to center field. Missed with the breaking ball. 3-1. Josh Wilson on deck. Gutierrez pretty much straight away. 3-1 count. Finds a hole. Castro's got no play. Everybody's safe. First and second, 1 out. Nice effort by the young man at shortstop. Goody's aboard. First and second. That'll bring up Josh Wilson.
Castro shows a lot of range on this. This ball looked like it was going into left field. Castro able to get there and knock it down. I think even if he comes up with it cleanly, I doubt he's going to have a play. He had to go so far. Certainly not going to throw Gutierrez out with his speed.
Young man from the Dominican Republic. Good looking prospect. Josh Wilson extended his hitting streak to 5 games with the base hit to center in the second inning. 6 for his last 13. Mariners a season best 5 consecutive wins. They've won 11 of their last 18 here at Safeco Field. That is a fair ball. That's a fair ball. And everybody's safe. Third base umpire Bill Miller first indicated foul, then came back fair. Here comes Lou Piniella. Not as fast as he used to be, but here comes Lou.
It was interesting. He did call it foul at first and then changed the call. And Baker, the third baseman, is saying, way that ball was spinning, if it hit in front of the base, it had to go foul, not catch the corner. But I think Miller's saying it actually hit part of the base.
Asking Mike Riley for some help. It did have a lot of spin on it. So an infield hit has loaded them up here for the Mariners. Couple of veterans there, Lou Piniella and Mike Riley. Bases loaded. Lou making an appearance, gets a nice round of applause from Cub fans and the Mariner fans. I imagine some Mariner fans disappointed because there was no Lou eruption, but
well, from what I could see right there, I think because he couldn't tell if it actually hit the base, this might be a better look. See if the ball comes down. I think Baker maybe had an argument there. That ball has to go foul if it doesn't touch the base. And I think Miller was fooled a little bit, thinking maybe it touched the corner of the base the way it bounced sideways.
Yeah.
So I think the Mariners catch a break. Casey Kotchman take advantage of it.
A little chalk. Chalk bounced up after contact. Here's Kotchman, bases loaded. And he looks at strike 1. Great opportunity here for the Mariners. 1 out, bottom 4th, down a run. Cliff Lee on the mound for Seattle. Trying to get to Randy Wells here. One and one. Now it steps off. 2 career grand slams for Casey Kotchman. That is a foul ball. That might have cleared it. At least got 2, maybe 3. It stayed fair.
Off speed pitch, and Kotchman out in front of it and hooks it foul.
Lopez at third, Gutierrez at second, Josh Wilson at first. Now Kotchman. Got to make something happen here, 1 and 2. punches it, base hit. That'll tie it. They'll hold Goody at third, so Kotzman comes through. Big RBI single here in the 4th inning. Brand new ball game at 1-1. For Kotzman, his 22nd RBI.
Really a nice piece of hitting for Casey Kotzman. He gets a changeup away from him. Take a look at it. Wells trying to get him to roll over on this, get a ground ball, and hopefully a double play, but Casey fights himself from doing that and just flips it in the left field.
Larry Rothschild's out to talk to his pitcher. He's Larry, of course, the pitching coach.
So many times you'll see hitters, they'll just roll over. They're anxious, they want to be aggressive to drive in the runs, and they'll roll over on that, and you'll end up with a double play ball. So nice job by Casey Kotzman recognizing the changeup and just going with it into left field.
The inning started with Milt Bradley striking out looking on a 3-2 pitch. Base hit Lopez to center. Infield hit Gutierrez. Infield hit Wilson. Punch out to left by Kotzman. Here's Rob Johnson. He struck out looking. First time up. Chance to take the lead here. With 1 out, bases loaded. Numbers for Rob Johnson. Bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch. They win. 2. Rob seems to be caught in between.
Yeah, Wells was able to strike him out on a 3-2 slider his first time up, and he stayed with that pitch for the first couple pitches here, trying to get Rob either swing and miss or roll over on it.
0-2. Rob caught a break too.
Well, Mike Riley not giving the high strike tonight.
Runners take their leads. Dig by Soto. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two. Been a guy's been knocked around a lot in the first inning. Here we are in the 4th, an opportunity to get him here. Swing and a miss, and Rob Johnson's gone. 3rd strikeout for Wells. 2nd time he's gotten Rob Johnson. 2 down here in the 4th. Starts the line for the 2010 Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best in the American League take on the National League's top players. Don't miss all the action Tuesday, July 13th, 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. This one counts. Some RBIs out there for Michael Saunders. Took a first pitch strike last time and then popped out. He's shortstop. Saunders 0 for his last 7. (1-0) to Saunders. Tight 2-0. They are giving Saunders a huge gap between left fielder Soriano and center fielder Marlon Byrd. Tight again, 3-0. You got Ichiro on deck. Sure be nice for the Mariners to give Cliff Lee a nice lead and a cushion. Could be money in the bank after that. The way Cliff has been pitching. 3-0 to Saunders. Down low, he gets an RBI and a walk. 2-1 Mariners lead. The walk, the second issued by Wells. Scoring on the play is Gutierrez. Moving to third, Josh Wilson. Kochman moves to second. Now Ichiro.
Ichiro hit the ball hard his last time up right at the third baseman Baker. Baker playing in on the grass at third. There he moves back.
Strike one. Ichiro, the 8th man to the plate here for the Mariners in the 4th. .30 pitches for Wells here in the inning. Down low to Ichiro. Golden opportunity for even more runs here for the Mariners. Back up the middle. There's a base hit. Wilson scores. Here comes Kochman. No throw. Ichiro, a 2-run single. And the Mariners have a 4-1 lead. Ichiro picking up RBIs 21 and 22.
It's just a solid base hit back up the middle. Mariners are now 3 for 5 with men in scoring position.
That's a good number for a team that has struggled in that category all season long. Coming into tonight's action, a .230 batting average, runners in scoring position. Here's Figgy, 9th man here in the 4th. Back up the middle again. Terriot will get the 4th. Very productive frame here for the Mariners as they take the lead by a score 4-1. All right. Yeah, I tell you what, that was an incredible match. And it continues tomorrow. Soriano didn't like that call. He's behind 0-2. 6, 7, and 8 here for the Cubs in the 5th inning. Cliff Lee with a 4-1 lead. Strike 3 call. Soriano, he's gone. Second time he's K'd tonight. Cliff Lee's 3rd strikeout this evening.
It's like Cliff goes with a backdoor breaking ball, starts his plate off the plate away, and brings it right back on the outside corner. Soriano didn't think so.
Here's Tyler Colvin. He got to Cliff Lee in a 1-1 pitch in the 2nd inning. A home run, right center field. Right before he hit that pitch, he had fouled one back into the radio booth, and Rick Riz caught part of the ball. Stung his right hand pretty good.
What do you mean caught part of it?
It hit his hands.
Oh. Okay.
Ground ball to Kotsman. He's describing it. Yeah, it's describing. And of course, I was exit stage right because I said, that thing, that. Now watch. Look at Rico.
Hey, you got a nice cheer.
Yeah, like I say, the right hand ate his right hand alive.
The former Saluki second baseman. Error.
E4. Good effort, though. Here's Starlin Castro. Hey, after I must get teed up in Oakland, I'm not playing hero, pal. Days are over. Give me a glove, maybe. Cliff Lee trying to put up a 0 here in the top of the 5th after his offensive crew getting a 4 spot. 1-2. Breaking ball got him. See you later. 1, 2, 3, 5th. Mariners barely break a sweat in the field. In fact, they don't break a sweat as Cliff Lee goes 1, 2, 3, and they've got a 4-1 lead. All right, thank you, Angie. Postcard perfect night here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, the FSN crew. Milton Bradley leads it off for the 2nd consecutive inning. Struck out looking. His last time up, he's 0 for 2. Milton 0 for his last 17. He's due for a breakout. Mariners sent 9 men to the plate in the 4th inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. They left 2. RBI single for Kotsman. RBI bases loaded walk to Saunders. And each row a 2-run single. Base hit down. No, sir. Good catch by Soriano. Good closing speed denies Milton Bradley of a base hit.
Well, Soriano, not known for his play in left field, makes a nice play on this one. And when you're struggling to get a hit, that's what happens.
For his last 18 for Bradley. One down here in the fifth. Jose Lopez, base hit the center. His first time up. 1 for 2. Scored a run. With that base hit, Lopez extends his hitting streak to 7 games. 7 for his last 23. To right field. Colvin's there. 2 down. Let's check in again with Andrew. Yeah, they're pretty good, and they had Nelson Cruz come back last night, so they're going so well they can give Josh Hamilton maybe the hottest hitter on the planet a blow tonight. Gutierrez infield hit his last time, run scored, flied out to right, 1 for 2. Randy Wells in his 15th start inside to Goody.
I don't want to take anything away from the Rangers, but the baseball gods have smiled upon Ron Washington with that schedule.
Hey, man, we were talking about it last night. They've, of their next, 5, 6 opponents, they got 1. The White Sox, as of last night, were at 500. So that one goes off the glove. They're a game over 500. So the Angels and the Cubbies are the only plus 500 teams they play between now and the All-Star break.
Angels and the White Sox.
What'd I say?
Cubbies. Makes sense. They're
right,
here.
Chicago. I got Chicago in the brand. I love Chicago. But you got my point.
Yeah.
They're going to feast, or they're in the process of feasting. Goody, base hit. 2 for 3 night.
Franklin's second base hit over in the hole on the left side of the infield. It's a breaking ball in the middle of the plate. So both of his hits almost in the same spot as Castro tries to keep it on the infield. Those young guys, they're not afraid to dive all over the place, are they?
They'll learn.
Yeah, no chance to get Franklin, but he was going to dive anyways.
It's good on the highlights, man. It wasn't that many moons ago that was you.
I would really hurt myself now.
Yeah.
Didn't think of it back then, but now, oh man.
What, the medic standing by? How about Josh Wilson? 2 for 2 tonight. Run scored. 7 for his last 14.
The impression that Lou wasn't too happy about his last hit.
The infield hit.
Yeah, right over there by the corner of the bag.
Pops this one up. That's a major league pop up. Third baseman gets under it. Jeff Baker puts it away. Mariners are done in the 5th. The good news on this gorgeous evening, they've got a 4-1 lead. Cliff Lee on the mound as we go to the 6th. precipitation. And 199, here's a base hit up the middle. 199 in those days, the temperature never got to 60. Ryan Theriot. A lot of the Cubs aggressive first pitch swinging. They know Cliff Lee's going to be around the plate. Top of the order, Marlon Byrd, 1 for 2. Base hit to right, fly out to right. How about on his ledger this evening? For the season thus far, through 70 games, he's been hit by a pitch 9 times and only walked 10 times.
Too busy hitting.
And he's one of the few in the Cub lineup that has been producing, and you might even say, and he's a good player, might even be overproducing. Whereas so many other guys who you expected production from, it's not happening. And Lynn Casper, the voice on TV, said it's been like a perfect storm of what could go wrong. Lopez backhand. He'll get through Figgy. Had a chance for a force. Everybody's safe.
Well, it's a nice backhanded play by Lopez. I think this ball hits the dirt as he goes to throw it. A little short hop to Figgins. Figgins might have been better off trying to just come and get one on that, but I think he was surprised a little bit that the ball was going to hit the ground. Lopez has done a nice job throwing the baseball this year. He's been accurate.
Bird aboard on a fielder's choice. Theriot safe at second, E5 on the throw. Lopez's 8th error of the season. Cubs have an error as well. The Mariners, it's their 49th error of 2010. Put that in perspective, that's 11th in the 14 team American League. Jeff Baker, strike one. Baker in infield hitting a fly out to right. Cliff Lee's had 2 double plays tonight, one in the first, one in the fourth, both off the bat of Xavier Nady. Cliff Lee trying to keep this win streak alive. Ball club's won 5 consecutive ball games. Most since a streak back in April of last year when the team won 6 in a row. 11 of 18 they've won here at home. Slow roller. Get a tag. A throw. Katzman will keep it in front. So they get the second out. Theriot is retired. Fielder's choice.
Take a look at it. Comes to Lopez. It's not hit hard, so he elects to tag the run. It looked like he wanted to throw to second and then had to throw back. Footwork wasn't real good throwing across his body. Take another look at it.
Where the ball is.
And then it looks like he wants to throw to second. You can see his feet set up to throw to second. Can't get anything on the throw to first.
Katzman kept it in play. First and second again. 1 out. Double play in order again. Mighty swing by Derek Lee. 1 for 2.
Well, that's why he's hitting third. Tried to tie the game up with that swing. 10 home runs on the year for Lee.
And a line foul. Derek Lee's been a dependable power source in his career. Last year, 35 home runs for the Cubs. Career best 46 for the 2005 Cubs. That was the year he won the batting title with a .335 batting average. Led the league in hits and doubles. Got a World Series ring. The 03 Florida Marlins hit 31 home runs that year. Well, he's gone, and that's a huge strikeout for Cliff Lee. Strikeout number 5.
It's like Cliff just throws that fastball right by him. Lee probably expecting a breaking ball or changeup because he is really late on the fastball.
2 down. Xavier Nady is the hitter.
One of the things we don't talk about too much with Cliff Lee because he throws so many strikes, but he's always a pitch ahead of the hitters, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. All the time. That one got played out of Rob Johnson. The swing, foul tip off the bat of Nady. Yeah, all the time. He's tough to match wits against, and he changes too during the course of the game a couple of times.
I think he's aware, which is a hard thing for a pitcher, but he's aware of the way hitters take pitches and swing at pitches during an at-bat and adjust from there.
0-2.
Which is a hard thing to do, and not many pitchers understand that part of it, but it just looks like he does that.
Rick Adair doesn't have to sweat too much with Cliff Lee on the mound. Lourdes Don Wakamatsu enjoying the run of Cliff Lee here in Seattle. The 0-2 to Nady, 2 on, 2 out. Big breaking ball, strike 3 called. Inning over. Cubs threaten, they get nothing. And Cliff Lee sprints off the mound, another high five for him. Well deserved. Look at this baby. See you later. The 6th inning. Cliff Lee throwing another beauty. 6 strikeouts for Cliff. No walks, of course. A run on 5 hits for the Cubbies. Kochman went opposite field his last time up. Bases loaded, knocked in a run.
Yeah, back in the 4th inning. 4 hits in a row for the Mariners.
There you have it. Big 4 spot in the 4th. Ball and 2 strikes to Kochman. Still alive, says Bill Miller. 2-2. On the ground, Nady let it go. Wells covering, and they get Casey Kochman. Nady was originally in the lineup as a DH, but he switched with Derek Lee, so Lee gets part of the night off. There's Work done by Randy Wells. Here's a look at that defense. When you get a new guy in there sometimes.
Nice play by Wells.
It was. Wells did his job. Ball hit right side. Get over there. And Eddie was aggressive, but yet at the same time backed off. Let a second baseman make a play down the line. Fair ball. Rob Johnson bidding for extra bases. Here's a throw from Colvin to second. He's in there with a double. So Rob Johnson went up to the plate. He had struck out looking and swinging. Went up hacking. So it's going to be a single E9. One out here in the 6th.
Take a look at it. Ball hit right inside the bag. I think this is a tough error for Colvin. The ball bounces off the wall. He's not familiar with the field. And right there it goes off the heel of his glove. And Johnson coming around first. Well, there you go. It's because he slowed down. Looked like he was going to hold him to a single. And then after he saw him kick it. So he'll end up with an error.
Second Cub error. Saunders looks at ball 1. Cubs had an error on the third baseman in the 3rd inning. Colvin's 3rd error of the season. Hammered down the line. That's a base hit. Michael Saunders with authority. Here's the throw to second. The Condors in with an RBI double. It's 5-1 Mariners. RBI number 14 for Michael Saunders. Boy, did he rip that. You like seeing that from the youngster. Bob Johnson scoring easily.
Second RBI of the game for Saunders. Take another look at the swing by Michael Saunders. Pitch that's about belt high. Stays on top of it and hits a line drive into right field. Saunders with really good speed. We saw the play after the bobble in right field. How close it was to second on Johnson. Long strides.
Well, he cut that bag beautiful. Nice job by Michael Saunders. The Mariners with a 5-1 lead. Cliff Lee on the mound for Seattle. So Saunders with that base hit breaks an 0 for 7. He's picked up 2 RBIs tonight. Boys at the bottom of the order been getting on. They've been coming around to score. Josh Wilson in the 6th hole has scored. Kochman has an RBI and a run scored. Bob Johnson's been aboard and scored, and 2 RBI for Saunders. Etro, that's a beauty. Never get him. No chance. A base hit for Ichiro. Closer than I thought it was going to be. As well, showed some great athleticism getting off the mound.
I think if Nady comes up with it, they might get him.
Thank you, Paul. Did Ichiro hit that with
his
left foot?
He stepped on his glove, it looked like. Look where he stepped on the first baseman Nady's glove as he was reaching for the bag. I don't think it was intentional. His glove just ended up there and hits it on the heel.
They met at the same time.
Yeah, leaves the ball right there.
So 1st and 3rd are run in. Here's Figgins. 0 for 3. Get some action down there. Jeff Stevens, number 44, and John Graybo, number 43, starting to heat up. (5-1) Mariners here in the 6th. Felix Hernandez, he pitches tomorrow. Felix will be opposed by Theodore Roosevelt Lilly. Lilly, a couple outings ago, took a perfect game into the 9th inning. And he took a no-hitter deep into a game here as a Yankee against the Mariners here at Safeco. And lost a one-hit, complete game effort. 1-1. Well, dribbler. They go to second for one. Biggie's safe. Run scores. 2 down. Church RBI Figgins. Tomorrow, make sure you catch the Mariners and Cubs in action. It's the U.S. Bank Mariners matinee. Special start time. Note this, 12:40. We work a little bit early. Come on out to the ballpark. Weather expected to be good again. Felix Hernandez against Ted Lilly. And that'll wrap up this series with the Cubbies. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. Milton Bradley, 0 for 3. 6-1 Mariners.
Been a stretch of 19 games for the Mariners since they've scored more than 5 runs.
That game against the Twins at 7-1 victory here. Casey Kachman, base hit tonight, 1 for 2, unscored. Milton Bradley looking to get in on the damage parade here against the Cubbies. Down the line, foul. Mr. Bradley is due. Behind the 0-2. He's 0 for his last 18. Runner goes. Fouled off. The Mariners have gotten to Randy Wells 4 in the 4th inning. A couple more here in the 6th. 0-2 to Milton. Back safely. Oh, 0-2. Figgins takes off. The pitch up high. Throw down a second. Out in time. Stolen base. Figgins is 15th in 19 tries. An RBI out there now for Milton Bradley. He's got a 1-2 count.
A really good jump by Figgins. Fastball up and away for Soto to throw on. He made a nice throw down to second base, but Figgins able to get in there because of the jump that he was able to get off of Wells. And the Mariners 5 for 9 with men in scoring possession in the game.
Very nice. 1-2 to Milton Bradley. Stays alive. Been a while since you had a 5 for 9 runners in scoring position.
Has been.
Really have to go deep in the Wayback Machine on that one. Six runs. You got 7 at second. Oh, I hear 7. Somebody show me 7. That was back on June 1st, the 7-1 win over the Twins. It was game 2 of that 4-game set. Vargas got the win, beating Nick Blackburn.
Just saw something. I think it happened in Philadelphia. One of the guys by the Cubs dugout and get one of those foul balls, and he called a little girl over and handed her the ball, and she almost threw it back out onto the field. Didn't that happen in Philly?
Exactly right.
The dad grabbed her real quick.
1-2 to Milton Bradley. Putting up the good fight here. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was a sunny Sunday afternoon. No, sweetheart, no, don't throw that out.
Philly fans not afraid to boo you. I have to believe she got a standing ovation for that one.
Some wacky things happened there this year. Do it again. 1-2 to Milton Bradley. Puts it in play, but Terriota's there. And that'll do it for Milton and the Mariners. They do pick up a run. And Cliff Lee got a really nice cushion here. It's 6-1. Andrew, you're going to love Michael Pineda. When and if he gets called up this year, certainly next year. Got a special guest joining us in the booth as we move along here in the 7th inning. Giovanni Soto leading off. And if you were a fan of NYPD Blue back in the day, not that long ago, Nicholas Totoro joins us. Good to see you, Nicky. I go back with Nicky. When you were the doorman at the St. Regis Hotel, when I used to St. Moritz, when I used to do with Ed Coleman at WFAN in New York, from Mickey Mantle's restaurant.
Right.
Nick would always watch Eddie Coleman's car.
I'd make $5 off of you, maybe
Right.
5 off Eddie.
Exactly. And then one day, I don't know, about a year later, he goes, "Hey guys, I'm not going to see you for a while. I'm going to Hollywood. I just got a picture. I got a deal." And you were on NYPD Blue for how many years were you on that show?
Almost 7 years.
Good for you.
I started out a little. It wasn't that quick. I had to work with Spike Lee a little bit and work my way up.
You did well. You did well.
Not bad.
Nick's also one of the biggest baseball fans in Hollywood, big Yankee fan. But you did a thing last year, MLB Network?
Right.
About how you love baseball. Tell me about that film.
Basically, my obsession with baseball, how baseball affects my life with my kids and my wife, how I wake up and eat and sleep baseball. It's kind of like my whole life is surrounded. Besides Hollywood, baseball is kind of my real inner passion. So we kind of did a show with me in L.A. and
here's a drive to the gap, left center field. Soto got something going here for the Cubs. Got it on a 3-2 pitch. Saunders will get it from the corner. Soto will hold with the double. As soon as, and it was interesting. Okay, finish the story.
Yeah, and so we started in L.A. and sort of like I went out to L.A. and I was kind of scouting the Dodgers. And
right.
I wanted it to be more or less about me and my passion for the game, but the Yankee thing kind of took over the special, and it became like an hour pilot. And then I went to New York and I played Johnny Damon in a stickball game. I challenged them. They filmed me watching a Yankee game, and how I react.
Yeah.
Because people like to watch games with me.
Yeah, that's right. You get a little nuts. It was funny. As I introduced you to Mike Blowers, he goes, "Yeah, Mike Blowers played for the Yankees. I remember. Yeah, third base, pretty good player.
Well,
good
Mike
hitter.
was on that great Mariner team
that's right.
I believe in '95. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what a great series.
What brings you to Seattle?
Well, my wife's family's from here, and they're having a wedding, and it's a big Filipino thing, so I have to come up and, make a few points with the family.
Hey, been there, done that. Here's Soriano popping one up when he brought little Nick with him.
Yeah, Nick, who plays in Encino, plays against your brother-in-law?
Yeah, my brother-in-law's down in Encino. Yeah, very small world.
Very political league down there.
Here we
Let me tell you, I don't want to get started with Encino Little League. I'm giving him play up in Seattle.
Reggie Smith.
Reggie Smith, he's a good man.
Yeah,
he likes
he
little Nick.
Yeah.
Says he should switch hit.
Just like Reggie.
Right.
Good player.
Yeah, he was a hell of a hitter.
What do you got coming up? Anything you got going up in Hollywood down there? Here's a broken bat. Little looper. Josh Wilson just out of his reach. Figgins will retrieve. Nobody's covering second.
My God.
And Soriano's in. And the Cubs are building something here in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
So they give him a 2-base hit. So
take a look at Josh Wilson. He goes out. It looks like maybe he has a chance just out of the reach of his glove. You can see Figgins, the second baseman, going out with him. Casey Kochman was in as the cutoff man around the mound, and Soriano saw that and ran right into second base with nobody standing there.
It's like one of those Johnny Damon plays in the World Series.
Exactly,
right?
against the
second
Phillies.
to third.
You bet. Here's Tyler Colvin, home run in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to Kochman the second time up. Another blooper. Josh Wilson going out, and Saunders comes in. They throw it back to third quickly. Saunders covers a lot of ground like a 400-meter runner. Nice play. One out. So what else? What do you have? You got something coming up in Hollywood?
Got something coming up. There's a new series called Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck, a cop show of all things, and I might be reoccurring on that show, which is going to be a fall show. And TBS might be doing a baseball thing with me since they saw the MLB network. So sort of pursuing that. And I'm writing a pilot about the doorman.
All right.
So which is very funny. I may have to put you a cameo in there.
There you go. I'll take it. All right. I got my SAG card. Broken bat foul off the end of the bat. That'd be great.
Ever talk to Eddie C?
I see him occasionally.
Good guy.
I talk to him occasionally. This guy, he was as good a doorman as you ever want to see in New York, Mike.
Well, getting to that, the first thing I want to know is, are you going to be in New York when the Mariners are going to be there next week taking care of your Yankees? Are you going to be around for that?
I won't be in New York then. I'll be in L.A. Sunday night with the Yankee-Dodger game.
But the most important thing, as you know, these guys travel all the time, and Dave and I get a chance to travel with them. Now I want to get this straight.
Right.
Dave Sims broke out a $5 bill for you.
For me?
Yeah, as a doorman.
Oh, as a doorman.
As a doorman. He gave you a $5?
It was good for $5.
Really?
Yeah, it was good for $5.
All right.
It was never a cheapskate.
He must have been feeling good that day.
I mean, they used to kind of bargain with me, those guys. I'd be like, hey, I got to make a living, guys. I don't mind. And actually, when I was doing a play one time, they actually put me on the air, him or Eddie C, with Boom Boom Mancini, who was trying to be an actor. We did these funny little plays. Yeah. And I met the world out there, and that's why I think it could be a really funny show. I was sort of like a star before I was a star. When I was in Hollywood in my trailer, I was thinking, oh, man, this is not as exciting when I was a doorman. I said, I'm just locked in a trailer.
Be a half a block away to hear Nicky working the door there. Pitch from Lee, breaking ball, got him. Another beauty. That bender has been outstanding as Castro caught looking.
He's a good pitcher.
So Cliff Lee picks up strikeout number 7.
And this has been an effective pitch for him. The backdoor breaking ball. He's also thrown his cutter backdoor on a lot of the right-handed hitters. They're giving up on the pitch a little bit early, and he's catching the outside corner. His ability to throw strikes when he wants to has been unbelievable this year.
Got out of the situation into 6. He left 2 men stranded. Here's Ryan Theriot. Base hit the centers last time up. We're in the 7th. Mariners put 4 on the board in the 4th inning, added 2 more in the 6th. Cubbies scored first, a home run by Tyler Colvin in the 2nd. And Cliff Lee about to throw his 91st pitch. Nicholas Turturro, our guest here. Back up the middle, Cliff Lee will field it. He'll strand 2 more. Inning over. Hey, Nick, good to see you.
Dave.
All the best, man.
Great to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, pal.
Yeah, good luck.
Nicholas Turturro and little Nick. Good to see you, man.
Great to see you, buddy.
That's good.
Hey.
Back here in Seattle at 6-1. The Mariners on top of the Cubs. Back with more. All right, Angie, thank you. Jeff Stevens takes over in the mound for Lou Piniella, Chicago Cubs. Here in the bottom of the 7th here in Seattle. And for Jeff Stevens, his 13th game. Opponent's hitting just 231 against him. It'll be Lopez, Gutierrez, and Josh Wilson, 4, 5, and 6. Randy Wells, 6 innings of work. Big innings for the Mariners against the right-hander for Chicago. Real good crowd here tonight. 31,394. 27,975 last night. Big crowd expected tomorrow for a day game. Last I looked, weather's supposed to be as nice as it has been these last 2 days. A good opportunity to experience some day baseball here in Seattle tomorrow. Lopez extended his hitting streak to 7. Base hit and run scored in the 4th. Two and 2. Bounded right into Soto's glove. Strikeout. 1 down. Here in the 7th. Mariners' 7th inning stretch brought to you by Bartell Drugs. Bartell Drugs is celebrating 120 local summers with the big summer sale going on now through July 4th. Save now on all your summer essentials at Bartell Drugs. Franklin Gutierrez, a 2-hit night. 2 for 3. Got a run scored.
Both those hits in the hole over between short and third, and now Castro's move over there. There's a big hole up the middle for Franklin. See how far over Castro is now, the shortstop.
Good pitch. You can tell Mr. Turturro's a baseball fan. As soon as he heard your name, he looked at you. Yeah,
he's a Yankee fan.
Yeah, he's a baseball fan. Yeah, that he is too. Yeah, I know. But he's a good fellow. His brother John is also a highly acclaimed actor, and played Billy Martin in that ESPN Bronx is Burning series, and he plays in a lot of Coen Brothers movies. There's a fly ball right field. Colvin settles under it. Ada Turturro played Tony Soprano's sister in The Sopranos. She was marvelous in that role. Scary marvelous. 2 down here in the 7th. Jeff Stevens taking over as he throws ball 1 at Josh Wilson. Stevens, born in Berkeley, California, lives in Martinez, California. 27, early in September, popped up out of play. Fouled away again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 7th inning. Bouncing ball to third baseman Baker. Makes a nice play to retire Josh Wilson. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th go the Mariners. To the 8th we go, a 6-1 lead for Cliff Lee, and he'll be out to the mound before we finish this break. Go for win number 2 against the Cubs, and Cliff Lee trying to win his 6th game. Gotten out of a couple of jams the last 2 innings. Cubs have stranded 4. Here's Marlon Byrd, top of the order. Marlon Byrd having a good year. 1 for 3 tonight. 2 for 4 last evening. Popped up. Out of play. Bird second in the National League in hitting starting tonight. 323 behind Martin Prado of the Braves, who's hitting at 340. He's also 4th in hits. Tied for 6th in runs. Leads the league in doubles of 25. Breaking ball set to center field. Goody will have to play. A couple of hops. Base hit for Bird. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Day game tomorrow, getaway day. Back on the road again. And the final 3 games of interleague play with the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that can really hit the ball out of the ballpark. The pitching is going to have to be at a premium there. Then to the Yankees, then to Detroit. Detroit having a tough scuffle in New York. They've been blown out the last couple of games by the Mets. R.A. Dickey picking up a win tonight. Jeff Baker, third baseman, is the hitter. To center field, line drive, and Gutierrez takes care of it. Take a look at our Quest High Speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. Both starters, Randy Wells and Cliff Lee, topping at 93.
Cliff now at 96 pitches. Not a surprise. Efficient throughout the game here in the 8th inning. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up finishing this one.
Be disappointed if he doesn't.
Yeah, I would be too with the run that the pitchers have been on. Why not?
Big strikeout of Derek Lee on 3 pitches. Back in the 6th with a couple of men on. It went for R.A. Dickey. Runs him to 6-0. Knuckleballer. Derek Lee, 1 for 3 tonight. 3 for 9, Derek Lee, against Cliff Lee. Cubs run coming in the second inning. Solo home run by Tyler Colvin.
Quick timeout as Michael Saunders picks up a ball on the left field warning track.
Ball and 2 strikes. Cubs in 3rd place in the National League Central. Started today, 8 games behind St. Louis, 7 games behind 2nd place Cincinnati. Mariners a double play depth. They've turned 2. And a chance for a 3rd. And dugout Katzman got it. 3 double plays tonight. 1 grounded into by Derek Lee, 2 by Xavier Nady. They're 3 and 4 men. Cliff Lee's handled them nicely. 6-1 Mariners. Wednesday, June 23rd here in Seattle, 6-1 Seattle. Let's check out the Jack in the Box in-game box score. Got to get Milton Bradley on the board. Everybody else is chipped in. And look at that production this evening. A 4-run 4th, a 2-run 6th. And in that 4th inning, the Mariners sent 9 men to the plate.
Done a nice job of hitting with men in scoring position tonight. 5 for 10 in the game. Casey Kochman with one of those hits.
Left-hander Sean Marshall takes over, 3rd pitcher tonight for the Cubs.
And he's pitched well for the Cubs. ERA under 2, 39 strikeouts, just 9 walks. He's not given up a home run yet.
Ball and a strike here to Kochman. Picked up his 22nd RBI back in that 4th inning. Marshall 3-7 last year with the Cubs, a 4.32 ERA and 85 in the 3rd innings. Been up and down parts of the last 4 years.
Left-hander has a good fastball, 93 miles an hour on the last fastball. Tied Casey Kochman up a little bit.
Kochman is gone. 1 out here in the 8th. Let's check out our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Mariners have posted a winning interleague record in each of the last 10 seasons. And last time I looked, 7-6 in interleague play this year. Last time I looked at the American League against the National League, the American League was up about 14 games.
Everybody keeps talking about the American League being a better league.
Big change from when I was a kid, that's for sure. Growing up in the 60s and 70s, the American League, good league. National League had almost full integration. So you had black superstars, you had all kinds of unbelievable pitching, speed and power. And it must have been about a 17-18 year run in the All-Star game where the National League dominated. It turned, I believe, on Freddie Lynn's grand slam against Atlee Hammaker in Chicago at Old Comiskey. And I remember Freddie hit that home run. It was a grand slam, won the game, and I think the American League hasn't looked back since. Two and two to Rob Johnson. Rob with a base hit and a run scored. He struck out twice. Michael Saunders has driven in 2 rounds with a bases loaded walk and a double. 3-2 pitch. Rob Johnson's aboard for the 2nd consecutive time. Hey, the Out to Lunch Summer Concert Series brings free live music to downtown visitors and workers every Wednesday and Friday from noon to 1:30. Check out Hey Marseille at Harbor Steps this Friday. Find the complete concert schedule at downtownseattle.com. Michael Saunders hit the ball hard on a 1-0 pitch in the 6th inning for a double down the right field line. There he is, Carlos Silva, leg injury. Carlos Zambrano to your right. Silva, we thought, was going to pitch tomorrow. Here's a drive, deep right field, off the bat of Saunders, going back, Colvin, and it is gone! A home run for Michael Saunders! His 5th of the year. It's a 2-run shot. How about that? 8-1 Mariners. A 4 RBI night for Michael Saunders. Home run number 5. And it gets his RBI total to 17.
This is a nice home run, too, off of Marshall. Has not given up a home run this year, and he stays in there nice on this breaking ball. See a lot of lefties that would buckle on a pitch that starts at him, but he hangs in there and hits it a long ways over the 385 mark.
That is a prodigious poke. Good for him. Hit it off a lefty, hit it a long way.
And a breaking ball again. That's tough for a young hitter to hang in there. Marshall has a good one, along with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Saunders quietly getting up there amongst the team leaders in home runs.
He's got 5. He's 1 off the pace.
Yeah.
You got 3 guys tied with 6. Not like he's got to run a sprint to catch him.
No, but I mean, the point of it is he hasn't had the amount of playing time those
Correct.
guys have. Probably about the same as Sweeney.
That's
good for him.
Absolutely. Ichiro fouls one back. So Saunders, this is his 33rd game. Sweeney's played in 28. Mike's got 6 home runs. Gutierrez, of course, he's in his 68th game. He's got 6 home runs. And Milton Bradley, he's in his 51st game, and he's got 6 home runs. So Cliff Lee with a mountain of support tonight. We'll get out of play. Let's stick around for a while, huh? Oh, and 2 to Ichiro. See Alonzo Powell down the bottom left of your screen. He's the hitting coach. You know he's got to be pleased to see Michael Saunders turning it loose pretty regularly now. 0-2 to Ichiro. Down low. Saunders last night 0 for 3. Came in tonight 0 for his last 6. Popped out to short, walked with the bases loaded, doubled in a run, and a 2-run homer. Saunders has tied a career high with 3 runs batted in. So he's got 4 runs tonight. Surpassed his previous high of 3. It knocked in 3 June 18th against Cincinnati.
You know, look, he's a young hitter. He's going to be on that roller coaster ride all year long. He's going to get hot for a while, and then he's going to struggle again as the league continues to pitch to him. But I think you're starting to see a lot of the things that he can bring, and power is one of them. We didn't see this out of him last year, and now he's turning it loose. And he's hit some long home runs too.
I mean, to pass, get it over to 385 sign in one of the bigger parks in baseball. That's impressive. Ichiro looking at pitch number 10 coming up. It's like Marshall stumped. You see his front foot? Like,
for a guy with a good fastball, he likes to throw a lot of breaking balls.
Spike got caught as he was reaching out with his front leg. 3-2 to Ichiro, 1 out. 2 runs in. Continues. Wow, look out. Jeez. His ability to all but take the ball out of the catcher's mitt is amazing.
See how deep this last fastball in on him.
And he works a walk. Wore him down. Second walk issued by Marshall. If you're looking for a way to save money on your commute, consider Sound Transit ST Express Bus. For route information, visit soundtransit.org. I'll bring up Sean Figgins. 4 with an RBI tonight. Strike 1. Saunders last year, 46 games, 122 at bats. Didn't hit a home run, drove in 4. And tonight was his 5th home run.
Drove in 4 just tonight.
Exactly. One and 1 to Figgins.
Marshall talked about his numbers at the start of the inning. Really done a nice job for the Cubs. This will be the 30th pitch for him in the inning.
Wow. It's an outstanding night of Michael Saunders has taken his batting average from 209 to 225. Nice way to break out of an 0 for your last 6. 4 RBI night.
If he continues to get his opportunities to play, because this is a short.
Double play. They turn it. 6-4-3. Saunders' story here in the 8th inning. Cliff Lee coming out looking to get a back-to-back complete game. He's got an 8-1 lead. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Cliff Lee to Xavier Nady, strike one. Cliff bidding to become the first Mariner to go back-to-back complete games since Freddie Garcia did it July 1st and 6, 2001. He's ahead quickly of Nady. 0-2. Look at the work that he has turned out. That strikeout to walk ratio was just in another solar system.
No reason for him not to finish this game tonight. 103 pitches for him, 81 strikes, just 22 balls, plenty of run support. Outside of a solo home run and back in the second inning, Cubbies have not done a whole lot.
Nady's bounced into a couple of double plays and struck out looking. Cliff's got him 0-2. Put him away. 8 strikeouts. One down here in the ninth.
This is just a high fastball, throws it right by Nady. See how late he is on that swing at 92 miles an hour. Consistently throws his fastball by a lot of right-handed hitters. 12 ground ball, 8 strikeouts for him now, no walks.
Strike one. Mariners have scored 8 runs for the first time since May 28th at the Angels when Cliff Lee beat him 8-3. Fly ball, right field, Ichiro, no problem. 2 down. But coming up tomorrow, as the Mariners are 1 out away from their 6th consecutive win, Felix Hernandez will try to make it a lucky 7 tomorrow against Ted Lilly, as the Mariners will be going for a sweep. 2 outs in the ninth. Jason Vargas threw a gem last night, 7 innings, to pick up his 6th win. Swing and a foul tip off the bat of Alfonso Soriano. Breaking quickly, 0-1. Missed by a whole lot. The Mariners seeing another beauty by Cliff Lee. Strike 2. One strike away.
His next pitch will be 110 for him for the night in the 109 pitch, 93 miles an hour.
There you go. He's a little amped up. 1-2 to Soriano. Nobody aboard. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. The 1-2 to Soriano. Down low, gets through Rob Johnson. Ball 2. Composing himself out there. It's a side from Rob Johnson to 2-2 to Soriano. Line drive, center field. That's a base hit. Soriano's aboard, 2 outs, 9th inning. That'll bring up Tyler Colvin as we got the Cliff Lee pitch count. 111 coming up. Colvin with a home run. The only tally for Chicago that came back in the 2nd inning. Right center field since then. He's grounded the first fly to center. Hammers one, but foul. Strike 1.
There you go. 88 strikes, just 23 balls from Cliff Lee.
Phenomenal. 0-1 to Colvin. Down low. Soriano takes 2nd. Indifference. And he wants is Colvin. The 1-1. Might have a chance. Saunders coming on. Lopez can't get it. Strike 2 to Tyler Colvin. That's a tough play. A ball and 2 strikes. A lot of good stuff in this ball game here tonight at Safeco Field. Mariners pitching has been brilliant. Bullpen got a blow tonight. The 1-2 to Colvin. Mike Bradley says no. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mariners have turned 3 double plays to help Cliff Lee tonight. One in the first, 4th, and 8th. 2-2. The pitch to Colvin. Got him. Game over. Cliff Lee wins it for the Mariners. It's their 6th consecutive win. It's an 8-1 final. And Cliff Lee picks up his 4th complete game of the season, 17th career, and it's the first 6-game winning streak for the Mariners since last April. What a performance. It's the first time, Mike, that they put 8 runs on the board since May 28th when Cliff Lee was the winner in that game.
Absolutely, and in this streak, the pitching has been outstanding for the Mariners. It's been starter after starter after starter. The bullpen has done a nice job. The offense has struggled through this, but not tonight. And a big reason why, Michael Saunders. What a night for Michael Saunders. Drives in 4 runs, goes 2 for 3, hits a home run in the ball game. But Cliff Lee, again, the story tonight.
Well, tonight, 31,394. Got a little everything. Outstanding pitching from Cliff Lee. Outstanding defense, 3 double plays. And wonderful hitting from Michael Saunders, a 4 RBI night. 8-1, 6th consecutive win by the Mariners.